Good afternoon, everybody. JT coming to you live once again for Support Local LKN. Happy to have here this afternoon, we have Chris from Vets Haul Junk. Chris is the local owner of Vets Haul Junk. Chris, thank you so much for coming out and joining us today.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. First and foremost, I got to say, as a veteran, thank you so much for your service. I do appreciate that. The big thing today, obviously, with all the businesses that are going around, we love to support businesses in general, but even more so, obviously, with veteran-owned businesses. And we have a great one with what Chris has going on here today. So, Chris, can you tell us a little bit about the history of Vets Haul Junk and what you guys actually do?
Yeah, so Vets Haul Junk was created a few years back by a friend of mine who's also an Army veteran in Virginia. We're kind of in the partnership phase of expanding this business across the nation. Each individual location is locally owned by a veteran in that community. I happen to serve the Mooresville, Lake Norman area. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Now, is this your typical run-of-the-mill, hey, I need something removed, or is this, do you guys actually go the extra mile with what you do, correct?
Oh yeah, I mean, this is full-fledged, full-service junk removal. When you call us, you're going to get a professional, friendly voice on the other end of the phone. We're going to assist you through the whole process, all the way from getting a list of what you need removed. We'll take a couple photos of what you got. You can text them or email them to us, however you like. We're going to come back with you with a ballpark estimated range for our services. Once you're good with that and you're in the local Lake Norman area, we're going to set up a meeting. We're going to come out on site and give you an on-site estimate. And when you give us the go-ahead, we're going to show up with the manpower and the empty trucks ready to go and remove whatever you need removed.
Excellent, excellent. And it's a great time to start thinking about that too. Obviously a lot of us are working at home. We're kind of sheltering in place. Again, today, the governor extended our shelter in place. Wonderful time to start cleaning some things out. But you brought up some great points before we went live about what people can actually do, and they never even really have to physically interact with you. Can you elaborate on what that was all about?
Yeah, so during this whole virus time, we've kind of flexed our business to better serve our customers as far as no contact junk removal. We're pushing the garage, driveway, curbside removals to prevent contact with customers. As far to the extent they never even have to come out of their home if they would not like to. We can simply send them a before and after photo that the job is completed. They can pay online through the various mobile pay apps, however they would like. They never even have to shake our hand or be face-to-face with us whatsoever.
Wonderful, wonderful. If somebody was already interested, we've been talking about this for a few minutes now. What's the best way for them to reach out to you?
Yeah, so the best way to reach my location would be 704-800-4285. That's 704-800-HAUL. Or you can go on our website, vetshauljunk.com.
Excellent, excellent. So a couple of the other things is we were looking at the different businesses, and obviously being a veteran-owned business, you can pretty much tackle anything from large to small, right?
Absolutely. So we can offer anything from a minimal single item pickup, such as your refrigerator, your washing machine, your couch, all the way up to demolishing your shed or outdoor structure. Maybe you have a deck or a hot tub that's broken, anything like that. Basically, the only thing we cannot haul would be hazardous waste, such as paint, oil, chemicals, fuels, things of that nature. But anything from a single item up to a full, hoarder clean out, garage clean out, storage units, you name it, we can tackle it.
Wonderful. And you were telling me also, I think this was really cool when you were saying about the quality of your business, because obviously small businesses thrive on word of mouth advertising. And you were sharing with me that a great deal of the business that you're getting right now, in that you've been here for about a year, is coming direct word of mouth.
Yes, absolutely. So the clientele that we attract, once they see the professionalism of our business, you're going to get some similar characteristics of a large national franchise, such as you're going to get uniformed, clean professionals with wrapped vehicles and the right tools for the job, and everything is going to be handled very professionally from the phone call to the completion of the service. And again, maybe 80% of our customers come from word of mouth referrals in the same neighborhoods that we already currently service in the Mooresville, Lake Norman area. So we have tons of reviews on Facebook and Google and Nextdoor, and customers just keep referring us and keep referring us, and everything's going great. We've been in it for a year now, and everything's going really smooth. The business is getting good traction, and building a good name for itself. And we have tons and tons of references, to prove, what I'm saying.
Right. And that's a great point too. And the other one, that everybody needs to be aware of too, is obviously you're doing business with a local company.
Right.
If you called somebody else up out of, you picked the directory, you hit Google and said, hey, I need junk removed, you don't really know who's showing up on your doorstep. And
exactly, that's a good point.
Right. And you were sharing something with me about that before we came live. And that was, talk a little bit about the ones that may be considered those fly-by-nights. They may be inexpensive, they may be easy to contact, whatever, but you're not really getting necessarily what you're paying for.
Right. So the problem with that is, anybody, like you said, a fly-by-night could show up and say a pickup truck or a small SUV with a trailer or something, and show up and haul away your junk, maybe a super cheap rate. And I would caution that if you get a super low rate on something and it sounds too good to be true, it is. We've had cases where customers will call us at apartment complexes and things like that and say, hey, someone has illegally dumped on our property. They've showed up in the middle of the night, they've dumped their truck, again, up into our dumpster area, whatever, and we need to come clean it up because it's an eyesore for our residents. Well, and what that is people doing jobs for, pennies on the dollar, $20 filling up trucks and stuff, but they're not getting enough money to even pay the proper disposal fees. So they're just taking the quick cash and then driving on. With us, you're going to get a professional local service that's licensed and insured, drug screened, your wrapped vehicles, your professional tools, professional quality from the get-go. And you can guarantee that your items are either going to be donated properly, recycled properly, or ultimately wind up in a local landfill. But we are going to take care of the disposal process entirely and not just dump your stuff on the side of the road.
Right. And that's another great point you brought up about donating. And I know times right now, obviously it's a little difficult to donate, but that is absolutely a service that you provide for those of you in the community that are concerned about having some items that you just don't have a need for anymore. You don't want to see it go into a landfill. You guys will actually help them kind of split that off and deliver it to the correct place.
Yeah. So what we're telling customers just during this time, but how we normally operate is we would have them, if they wanted their garage cleaned out, we would say make one pile for junk and one pile for donations. We will load up the junk first, put the donations on last, and then get them where they need to go before going to the dump. At this time, like you said, with the donation centers not being open and all, we're asking customers if they can hold off on those donatable items, please hold off and just schedule it at a later date. We'll come get those donations and get them where they need to go, to either a local church or the Habitat store or a local veteran charity in the area.
Right. And that's, again, another wonderful way to give back. And that's that step above that you're not going to get by some of those fly-by-night donations. So one more time again, Chris, if somebody wants to reach out to you, get in touch with you, see what they can do to contract you guys, how can they get in touch? Okay,
so they can reach us at 704-800-4285. That's 704-800-HAUL, or they could go to our website at vetshauljunk.com.
Okay, excellent. And we'll be sure to have all of Chris's information posted below the video, as we always do with all of our videos. And Chris, thank you so much for coming out and talking with us this afternoon. We greatly appreciate you being here. And just one veteran to another, man, I appreciate what you do. And thank you again for your service.
Yes, sir. Hey, thank you. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Guys, we'll be coming back to you live again tomorrow evening with another feed. Once again, Chris, thank you for what you do. Keep up the good work out there. We are not going anywhere, even though the governor did issue an extended order this afternoon. We are going to stay here as strong as ever. We are here to support all you guys, including Chris and everybody else in the group. Please let us know what we can do to help, Chris. We're glad to get you there.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Take care, y'all. We'll see you soon.